Hello, this is Rosa Maria Belisario from the EFWA Spring 20 effort team, and we're gonna keep talking about the login with social media user stories. In this sense, we already you already have watched two videos. The first video made by my partner Eduardo Paredes about all the implementation of the front end. The second video talking about the login implementation itself when the account is already linked to an email. And now we're gonna talk about how we can link it with social media. Also, we are gonna be talking just about the backend. If you need to any reference regarding the front-end implementation on the API, you should go to the first video where Eduardo explains everything really well. So right now we can come here. We can go to project. And we are going to log in as a trader. We use our regular credentials, and if we want to link the account, we have to come here to EFRT, EFRT edit profile, and we have to click right here. Now again, I'm not gonna go over the front-end implementation. I want to tell you that right now the process that we are doing is not the login itself, but actually the link. The way how it works on the backend is that we are now from before we were coming from home layout and we were doing the login with Google API, and this is again whenever we have the email linked to the account. But now we're linking the account. So the implementation and the Ajax code and the front end is not in home layout now, it's actually in layout. And the implementation that we had is called just email, and it's just something for us to understand that we're just retrieving the email right here because it's the only thing that we want to do. But you can call it whatever you want on the Ajax, and even you can have the same number that you have in home layout. We just decided to differentiate it. But if you see this function is exactly the same that you have in home layout. And the reason why we're not using this same function and we're calling the same controllers is because here we're just verifying. We have to understand the logic. Here what we're doing is we're taking the email and we're going to the database and we're saying, hey, do you have any trader that has this email? Yes, I do. Perfect. Send me the information so I can log in. That's why on the controllers we're calling login, and in the methods we're calling Google account login. But now at this point we don't want to do that. At this point what we want to do is send into Google, take the email and save it on the database so the trader can actually later log in with its credentials. So in this case, the controller that we are calling is the trading controller, and we're going to Google in registration. So we come here to controllers, we come to trader, open trader, and we're going to go to Google registration. Scroll down a little bit. Google registration is right here. So when you see here, what we're doing is having a method called Google registration, and you can see that all the other methods for all the other social medias. We also have it here, for example, LinkedIn and Facebook. And here what we're doing is just registering the information and what we need and on all the methods in order to get it done, to get it saved on the database. So we have here Google registration on login manager. So from this moment forward, you're going to the login manager and then you're going to Google registration. So we can go to implementation. Oh, that was implementation. To definition. And in the definition, we can see that this is within the iLogin manager. So the thing that we have to do now is look up here for iLogin manager. Once we are in the iLogin manager, we're going to see that we're in the interface. Again, you always have to add every single method to the interface in order to be sure that you have that it will work, because if not, the way how that .NET Core works is that if every single new method that you add, you have to add it also on the interface. So once you have that, you have to go to services on the web API. Go login services and use the same methods that we used before. The only difference is in this case we're sending information to the data access and we are not actually just retrieving the information. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. It's really simple to do. It doesn't take a lot. The only thing that you have to be aware is that you are calling a different controller, but the method it's almost the same. I just want, before ending this video, I want to verify something with you guys. It took us some time to actually understand it. This. So once you have the Google registration, you get the ID from the identity, then you send the result, and you have the login manager, and you send all the information that you need through Google email. That is the information that we send to save on database. But you also have to have a return page, and that was something that we didn't kind of like understood. We were doing the association, but the effort was crashing on us, and it was crashing because we never returned a redirect result. So what we decided to do is, okay, if this is successful, then just redirect me to the homepage, because I don't have anything more to do. So if it was successful, then redirect me to the homepage. If you don't do this, the effort will crash, because after saving everything on the database, it won't know what to do. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. And again, if you have any question, my contact information was at the beginning of the video, and feel free to reach me out.